Hi, Brendan. It's Ian up in the commentary box. I hope you're able to hear me. Congratulations on the win. I'm sure you've probably been told by somebody else in the media by now, but that's your 100th Premier League win, Brendan, tonight as a manager.
Okay, yeah. Well, I think what was most important was, even more important than that, was the team's performance in the win. So, it was a great win. Burnley would make you work very, very hard for any victory. You know, the great quality getting into that final third and crosses into the box. So you've got to be strong. And obviously going a goal behind, we had to then show a really good mentality. But I thought attacking-wise, we're very, very good. You know, looked a real threat, some wonderful goals. And, it was a pleasing win for us.
And goals from different quarters as well, Brendan. There's been many people, us included, that have talked about the reliance and maybe over-reliance on Jamie Vardy. I'll grant you one of them was an own goal tonight, but goals from different quarters must please you tonight as well.
Yeah, I've always said it. I've said that it's hopefully my time here that increases and we improve in that aspect. It's Jamie's a phenomenal striker, but you're absolutely right. You can't rely on just him. So you see as the team develops, you see the notion of the fullbacks. You know, that profile of player I like to get up there and join in. And JJ gets his goal tonight. Tim's up there assisting a goal. Dennis is a wonderful strike. And Harvey, like what I've said, if he can add the numbers to his quality and his game, then he's going to be a superstar for us. I thought we were exciting going forward and showed real good quality in around the box. And maybe with a little bit more, we could have scored more goals. But it's 7 goals in 2 games, so it's nice to get our eye in so early.
You've talked about being pleased going forwards, Brendan, which leads me to suggest you may be unhappy with some of the defending. Are you talking about the second goal, the conceding of the second goal, and of course Chris Wood hit the post late on?
Yeah, I think you're always going to have that against Burnley. It doesn't matter what or how comfortable you feel you are in the game. They'll always create chances. You know, the ball comes into the box regular, so you really have to defend it. The first goal, Chris Wood, he's a guy with a lot of talent, especially a ball into the box, and he showed great strength and a good finish. So, could we have got up and stopped the cross? That's something that we'll analyse and look at. The second goal, the ball's come from a long way, and we've got a lot of players around the ball, and the defender gets through and scores. So we weren't overly happy with that. But in the main, it's a mixture, you know, centre half pairing that we have, and I thought Wilf was outstanding. To play against the 2 strikers, Wood and Rodriguez, it's a tough gig for any centre half at this level. So I thought he coped with it very, very well. But you're always going to be under pressure because, like I say, the number of times the ball comes into the box. We'll get better in that aspect.
Was the Burnley first goal not handball, Brendan? It looked like it was from where we were seated.
It certainly hit his arm, but I think we've seen over the course of the weekend the confusion in it. We've seen a goal a penalty at Manchester United, which there's absolutely no way that is a goal. We're talking about the rules that we've been given, and then absolutely no way was that a penalty given against them. But then we've seen the Arsenal game as well, where the ball drops onto Gabriel's arm, and that looked a clear penalty. It wasn't given. So I think it's still a little bit up in the air at the moment in terms of clarity in that aspect. So, but either way, he finished it. He finished it really well, Chris Wood, and we had to respond. So, and we did that.
Yeah, it's academic now, of course, because you've gone on to win it. But I wonder how you'd now coach your defenders with that law interpretation, Brendan, given what you've seen this weekend. Does it adjust how you coach your defenders to react to the handball law adjustment?
Not really. No, I think it all boils down to the interpretation of the referee. You know, I think that, you've seen it, and we've seen it at the start of every season. There's normally issues around something, you know, whether it's offside, it's now handball. But I'm sure it will iron itself out over the coming weeks.
Timothy Castagna seemed to be holding his shoulder, Brendan. Was that a concern? And just having looked at some records briefly post-match, it looks like it may have been something that he's suffered from in the past. Is that a concern for you?
Well, not when his shoulder popped out, so Simon and the physio team had to put that back in again on the side of the pitch. So yeah, no, I thought he was excellent tonight. He's a boy that's come in straight into the Premier League. He defends aggressively. He competes. He gets in contention with people, and you see his running ability, how he wants to get forward. So yeah, he it's a tough ask, early on in your Premiership career when you come up against Burnley. But yeah, he's adapted very well.
And in the last 24 hours or so, you brought in Cengiz Under from Roma on loan. Brendan, you mentioned him briefly on Friday, but I wonder whether you're happy to talk about him a little, what you've seen in him and what you hope he brings to your team.
Well, again, more creativity. I think that, I said towards the end of last season, I think we need more at the top end of the field. And he's a young player, 23, very fast, very dynamic, but he also can see a pass. He's obviously an international player, got big potential, and yeah, he just gives his left-sided player playing off the right, so he can come inside, he can make those passes, but also take people on and wants to score goals. So yeah, I'm really excited about working with him and seeing him in our organisation, and yeah, I'm sure Cags is happy as well because he's got his best friend with him.
Yeah, so we see on social media he's been hammering him as well for looking like Lord Farquhar, which we've all enjoyed. So I think the dressing room will be an interesting place to be. Brendan, finally, we're not going to get to speak to you before the game against Arsenal in the League Cup. How do you approach the League Cup, Brendan, with your schedule at the moment? Just wonder whether you're able to, do you need to manage expectations regarding your team selection and your focus respectfully because you've got European football this season on the League Cup?
Yeah, I think it's one. Of course, listen, we want to do well in it. We want to be really competitive in it. Same idea as last season. I think with the quick turnaround in pre-season and with the demands that we have as a squad this season, and also having to get players up to speed physically, I will make changes in it for sure. Also, I want to get the chance to look at some young players, playing, but primarily it's a team that will send out to get through into the next round, and but I'm really looking forward to seeing the team play on Wednesday. But like you say, we've a lot of competitions that we're in, and we want to do well in them and be competitive. And for that means I'm going to need to use the squad.
Last time Leicester City won their first two Premier League games, Brendan, was in 2015, and we all know what happened. Calm us all down, would you?
Yeah, please do. You got a bit carried away last year. Yeah, but
fair enough. Congratulations tonight, Brendan. Thank you.
Cheers. No, I was just going to say, listen, we want to be really competitive, and like I said, it's a really good start for us.
Good on you. Thanks, Brendan.
Thank you.
Brendan Rodgers speaking to.
Anything further?
Brendan, you've already talked about your new signing. Are you expecting any more ins and outs in the coming week?
Yeah, I think there'll be movement over the course of this period. In particular, we need a centre half. There's, no getting away from that. I'll be delighted when Johnny Evans is back fit and available again, because he's a huge player for us. And yeah, we want to strengthen the squad, but whatever way it pans out for us, I'm really excited. But again, developing this team again and making us as competitive as we can be.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Hi, Brendan.
Hi.
You're obviously top of the league, as we alluded to earlier. Last season, you were in such good form, but just fell away slightly at the end. Do you think lessons have been learned that if you have to make another fantastic start, which possibly is on the cards here, that you can sustain it a bit longer this time?
Listen, it's only 2 games. I think the league starts to, after the 10 games, you get an idea of where the league is at. So we're not even thinking about that. I think, as I said, we're looking to develop the team. The experiences of last season, both in the cup and in the league, will really enrich this team in terms of what it is they want to do going forward. And it's something that whatever way it finished last season, we still had a fantastic season to finish where we did. So for us, it was always going to be important, because there can be a hangover if you don't address it. But we spoke about it in our short pre-season period and felt that we, ready to move on. However, we'd done, and it shows that in the performance. With players with good motivation. They scored 7 goals in 2 games, so it shows that we're ready to go and attack the season again.
Jordan. Hi, Brendan. Sorry, my camera's not working, but I am here. I just wanted to ask about King Gizundu. Is he available for Wednesday's game, or has that come too soon for him?
No, yeah, that'll be too soon for him, Jordan. I think we're awaiting clearance on him.
And then just one on Dennis Pratt's performance as well. It seemed like he had a very good all-round performance. What were your thoughts on it?
Yeah, exactly that. I thought he worked very, very hard in the position. He makes good forward runs. He's a very good footballer, Dennis. And when I took him out of the number 10 position, he was able to play off the side, and that's where he gets his goal from. So, delighted for him. He's a very conscientious player. Trains hard every day, and it was a wonderful strike. Gets the ball out of his feet, and shows great quality on the finish. So yeah, delighted for him.
Thank you.
Hi, Brendan.
Hi, Tom.
Hi. Would you give thought to giving Maddison a start against Arsenal, as he came on for a bit longer today than he played against West Brom?
Yeah, he will start. He will start on Wednesday. Yeah, he needs the minutes. He's been out for a long time. It was over 3 months he's been out, and he's only been training 2 weeks. So we've got a really, really long season ahead of us. So you can see from tonight, the period that he was on, that he needs to get up to speed. But that's a process, and he will definitely start on Wednesday.
And just finally from me, it was another outstanding performance from Harvey Barnes. We've seen in the past with maybe a player like Raheem Sterling, they suddenly have a season where they explode and everything clicks. Do you think that Harvey's on the cusp of something like that now?
I thought he was brilliant tonight. He's such a threat, and he's so aggressive in his game. I'm just delighted for him, because every single game he plays for us, he looks like he's going to score. And tonight I thought he showed real composure on his finish, and he was always threatening their back line. So I think he's one that if he increases his numbers, he increases his understanding of the game, then he can go on and have a fantastic season. So, and then you never know what happens with regards to that. But delighted for him. He's made a really good start in the 2 games. And he's, again, like I say, he's only going to get better.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Okay, folks, we'll wrap it there. Thank you.
Okay. Safe trip home.
Thank you.
Cheers.